Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
Good evening, everybody. Good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back. We're continuing our world tour. Today we're flying, this morning we're flying from Singapore to Brunei. This is a middle of the night flight, so it's going to be another dark one. But again, hopefully as the year moves on and we keep flying further east, we'll soon be seeing some nice sunrises. So we're going to get ourselves up and ready to go. And we'll hop on board. Look like we got Oki and Nick flying with us today. So let's get on board the aircraft and start getting her set up. Alright, so cockpit preparation is done. Parking brake is set. Ground power unit is connected, external power is on. Batteries 1 and 2 are now coming on. And we'll start the passengers loading. Good evening, Oki. How are you doing today? Alright, here come the passengers. So go up to the adheres. There's 1, 2, and 3 adheres are aligning. Evac sign is Captain Purser. Signs are now on in the back. Crew oxygen is on. Generators 1 and 2 are on but in fault. Cockpit and cabin heat, we're going to set 1 notch down. Packs 1 and 2 again on, but they're on fault. Come over here to do our oxygen test. There we go, they're good. Emergency lights are armed. Icing indicator and standby compass light is on. Cargo heat is set, or cargo hold heat is set to cold. And start getting our system set up here. Over to ATSU AOC received messages. No messages yet. That's probably because I got to start this, so we'll quickly just double check. 104 passengers is correct, and our fuel load of 71. 21 is good. The aircraft is now loading. We'll send that load sheet over. Oh, I hope so. Hate to have you fall asleep and miss Brunei. So here's our preliminary load sheet with some initial information, including the fact that we have 10 business class and 94 economy class passengers. We'll accept that. And we'll head over here and start programming. So the database is current. We'll get rid of those. We'll go to our initialization and bring in the route. Singapore to Brunei. It's all there. UKV 5556. For our flight number today, GOST index of 25, and we're cruising at a cruise altitude of 37,000 feet. Tropo is reported to be 52,832, and we'll go into the winds. We'll get our wind data in for climb and descent. There we go. And we can go over to our initial plan. So block fuel for today is 7.1 tons. And we'll put in the preliminary numbers here. So our zero fuel weight is 54.1. And our center of gravity zero fuel is 29.6. Oops, that's 28, 29.6. So we'll put that in so it's do some of its calculations. On to flight planning. Winds here in Singapore are currently, let me just grab the latest. Just got an update about half an hour ago. So winds in Singapore are 340 at 6 knots. We're going to be taking off on runway 2 left. Some few clouds at 1800, scattered at 15,000, broken at 30,000. 26 degrees, QNH 1010. No significant changes expected. A little bit of hesitation and lag. There's custom airport, custom scenery in the area as well. So we'll get that in, and 1010, that's set and cross-checked. Drop back down. So we're going to be departing today on runway 02 left. And we're going to be using the Tomatu Echo to departure. And we will insert that. Okay, Kevin. Well, we've still got a bit of time to go before we're loaded, so hopefully you can get in fairly easily. I'll come up here, go to arc 40. See the departure, it's going to be straight out. We're only going to make the right turn heading east, southeast. And then out en route. Current winds in Brunei. Let's see if there's an update there as well. Yeah, there is. 240 at 2 knots. Same altimeter setting, 1010. But 1 degree colder. So we are going to, the winds were a bit stronger. I don't know if they'll pick up again. So we're going to use the ILS runway 21. There are no stars for Brunei. So we're going to do the ILS runway 21. No stars. I'll insert that. And we are going to go take a look because it's supposed to be a teardrop type of overhead the field and then fly out and teardrop. Kind of looks like that may be what's in there. Take that disco out. Yep. Come out, insert, teardrop, and then in. Well, that teardrop is the wrong way. It's fine. 3,500 feet at the VOR. 2,000 for the intercept. So we're going to put in the altitude constraint here of 3,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are
That looks better.
in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance,
And we have a 2,000 foot
please
intercept.
let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to help you. After you
And
put
that
your
is
carry-on
looking all
items in the
good.
overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities and the safety card provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's a different aircraft,
Last
Kevin.
minute
This is
text
the
messages
320, not the
but we
310.
ask that
So
once you depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets.
depends what they've got
Thank you
set
and
up.
welcome aboard.
All right, so they're loading in. Come back. Carry on. So for the FMC, going out and over, we have no lower restrictions. So we're going to set our initial altitude for, we'll go 12,000 feet. Hey, Prime 1, how are you? So 12,000 feet will be managed in speed. The restrictions are minimums, so we should be good. And we have a 230 knot restriction under 4,000 feet. So we'll have to bear that in mind. We should be able to set that in now. There we go. So that is set up. Bring that back out of plan, bring that down, put you over to 40. So if we drop back over here, we can view the there's our updated load sheet. So our zero fuel weight and our center of gravity are adjusted. We have 104 passengers, 6 crew, 2 in the front, 4 in the back. So let's get these numbers in. Zero fuel weight of 54.6. So if we go back to initialization page B, so that's altered slightly, and we'll go get our zero fuel weight center of gravity, 30.2. That's changed as well. All right, so they know I got the information they need to do their planning there. And we can go over our flight plan for Rudder. We can come over here now and do our calculations. All right, so we'll come in here, we'll do our departure. So we are WSSS, that is Singapore. We're going off 0 to left. Surface is dry. It will be a flaps 1 aft packs on. There's the final load sheet. We'll sync in the weather, and we will do our calculation. So 131, 135, 135, flaps 1, neutral trim, and 68-degree flex. So yeah, the weights will be the same. They vary. The initial load sheet is slightly different. That's the ticket sales load sheet. If you do real-time loading, it sends you a second preliminary, which is your checked-in load sheet. And then once loading is complete, you get the finalized one, which is what actually went on the aircraft. And you'll find them slightly different for each one. But the final one is the one you want to get your numbers off of. So let's, I'm just going to zoom in slightly so I can see everything. So that's going to be a 131, a 135 on the rotation speed, and a 135 on our initial climb out. Oops, hit the wrong one. 135. We are going flaps 1, neutral trim, and a 68-degree on the flex. So that is all now entered in. And we are good there. So the MCDU is programmed. ATC is not online at the moment, so we don't have to worry about our controllers. So we will be self-cleared. Again, we're going to 12,000 initially, and transponder I have set to 2,000. PWS is on, GCS is on. Fueling is done, cargo is on board. Just waiting on the final passengers. Of course, I'm running packs at realistic. Because I forgot to start the aircraft loading, I ran that a little bit faster. So we'll just wait for the passengers. Just a reminder, if you're interested in flying with us on multiplayer, on the Northern Europe server, Wednesday we start our tour of England. We'll be flying to DC3, and we're heading from Newcastle down to Shoreham. Information will be posted on the Discord. You'll find links to the Discord in the description, and I am going to pop it up into the YouTube chat as well. More than welcome to join us and join in our flights. Other days, most other days on our series that we do, we are running on VATSim as we are today. Let's come over here. Well, speaking of VATSim, we'll get the radio tuned in to 122.8. That is Unicom. There we go. Alright, so let's get the APU up and going. APU is starting.
We're ready to go when you are.
Alright, passengers are on board.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 5556. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 50 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
There's 60%, 70%, 80%. Generators on, and APU is now available. So up we go. Turn on the APU bleeds. APU generator is powering everything, so we'll disconnect the external power. And we will come back over here. We will pull up our ground service. And chocks and GPU are disconnected. And I'm going to be using my other charts for this. Just wait for this to come up. Navigraph, we'll bring in the route, and then we'll put the route map up on here. There we go. There is our route for today. Probably should do that. There we go. Again, external power is disconnected. Takeoff data is set 131 and 230. FCU is set 230. Managed 12,000. Departure has been briefed. Flight directors are on both sides. Radios are set. Beacon light is on. And the fuel pumps are on. So let's get back here. We'll pre-plan our push. I'm going to be pushing back and then turning facing south. As you can see, we got quite the push here. Going to end up over on this line here, like so.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Right. Singapore area traffic, Skyways 5556, stand D46, push and start facing south.
Singapore traffic, Malay 624, standard Delta 49er, push and start facing north.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
And that sequence is going to be engine 2, engine 1. Alright. Start mode selector to engine mode selector to start, and starting engine number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt
N1
is
rotation,
fastened low and tight
N2
across your
rotation,
lap.
fuel
To
flow.
fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle.
There's
In
Oki,
the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened in case
And I
of
believe
unexpected turbulence. Please
there's
take a
Nick
few
down
moments
over
to
there.
now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth.
Starting
and secure the
engine number
elastic
1.
band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take us for a swim, a fashionable life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Okay,
If your life
pushback
vest does
completed.
not inflate
Please enter
automatically,
parking brake.
blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation.
Parking brake set.
Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light.
Ground.
If
Startup is
necessary, your
complete.
seat
You may
cushion can be
disconnect.
used as a secondary flotation
Roger.
device.
Good engine start.
Once
Cleared to
again, all
disconnect.
devices
See
must
you at
be
the
in
side.
airplane mode
Have
and
a
your
good
large
flight.
devices must be turned off and
Holding
secured
position,
at this
waiting
time.
for the visual. Thank you and
Securely stow
goodbye.
your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened in seat backs and tray tables are in their full
Alright,
upright
so there
position.
goes
We
the
remind you
tug.
that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or
Engine
destroying
1
the
is available.
smoke
Good
detectors
start,
located
engine
in
number
the
1.
laboratories is prohibited by law.
So
All of
generators
this
1 and 2
information
are
and more
both
can be
running.
found in the safety card located in the seat back in front
Ignition
of
mode
you.
selector
We suggest
to
reading this
normal.
and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us.
Probe
We
and window
hope you
heats
enjoy your
are
flight.
automatic. Engine intakes are not required. Packs 1 and 2 are both on. Flaps 1 plus F. Is selected. Trim is, let's go over to flight controls. Trim is neutral. Hey, Prime 1 Gaming, thank you very much appreciated. Do a flight control check. It's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral. And APU bleeds and APU is off. FCP is checked and set. Engine instruments are checked. Talia, how are you doing? Hope everything is well. We are good there. We will engage the tiller. Taxi light on. Auto brake set to max. Looks like Nick is pushing out. Alright, so we are almost ready to go. We'll get the spoilers armed. And TL config is normal.
We're prepared for takeoff.
Kill the dome lights. Cabin is ready. We are good to taxi out. Singapore area traffic, Skyways 5556, taxiing runway 02 left via the apron, Papa 4, Tango, Romeo, Whiskey 9, holding short, runway 02 left. Alright, brakes are released.
Singapore traffic, Quadrant 624, taxi holding point Whiskey 7, runway 02 left via Quebec and Whiskey.
He's going the other way around. Looks like Nick is still hooked up to the tug. That GSX tug.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
So this is the Singapore I got off of Orbex. A little bit frame intensive. Now I think, yeah, get it here. Here's Papa 4. Hey, he's disconnected. The joys of the connection issues and data transfer between programs. Thanks, Prime One. Appreciate it. Alright, so we're heading down here to second one. Should be Tango. So if you missed yesterday's Ward Air flight, when we headed from Toronto down to Barbados, we had some good ATC Toronto and Cleveland Center. Nice and quiet over the Atlantic, and then we came into PR called Radar, which covers the southern Leeward Islands and Barbados, and they brought us in. So it was a good flight, just over 5-hour flight time. And flying the A310 for that one. Bit of a long taxi here. We got to go down to the south side of the terminals here and then across. And Nick, if you were doing call outs, sorry, I didn't hear you. But it looks like a nice night to go flying. Just a few clouds scattered around. Good night, good morning. Whatever, I think it's like 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock local time. I think we're landing about an hour and a half before sunrise. He should still be here. He was pushing back when I passed him. Is he not there? Did he crash or? still connected to VATSim, as far as I can tell. So there's the bottom end of the... no, I didn't hear him either. That's kind of why I mentioned it. So after we pass...
Subject 464 is taxiing
There
to
he is.
runway 02 left via Romeo.
Oh, it's 5 a.m. for you. Yeah, well, that's early. Are you working nights, or are you just up early? Because 5 a.m. is rather early. So Romeo is the next one here. We're going to make the right turn on Romeo and proceed south of the terminals here. Of course, this is the famous Changi Airport in Singapore. There's the tower.
Singapore traffic 624, line up and take off, runway 02 left via Whiskey 7.
So we're basically going straight ahead to the end of the runway. Looks like we're going up over the roads here. Seen photos of the aircraft going over these bridges. And we're going to come down the other side. Straight forward to the runway. The hold line. Parking brake on. All right, so there's Oki. Looks like he's just getting ready to go. So we'll start the chrono. 2 minutes for him. Landing lights on. Strobe lights are on. Turn off lights are on. Taxi light to take off. Transponder is on. TCAS is TARA. Weather radar is on. Singapore area traffic, Skyways 5556, line up and wait, runway 02 left at Whiskey 9. Yeah, if you're sick, you might as well use the time to get some flying in. Sounds about right. Plenty of room on the runway. It's rather massive. There's Oki climbing out. Brakes on. Separation build. We'll give them an extra minute. There's no traffic in the area. We'll let them get around that corner ahead of us. That's the Topham waypoint. There's Nick. He's flying a 737 today. All right, so there's 3 minutes.
Showing you B towards 196, go ready to check.
Loud and clear.
Up 5. Cheers, lads.
All right, so turn the chrono off. Brakes set, parking brake released. Engines to 40%. Singapore area traffic, Skyways 55, 56 rolling, 02 left on the Tolman to Echo departure. Singapore. Brakes released. Man flex SRS
Subject
runway
464,
enabled.
landing up 02 left.
Airspeed's live. 100 knots. One rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Speed brakes disarmed. Autopilot is on.
I think it's FAB 225, stay behind the airs, push start at Delta 42, fix north.
There's thrust climb.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I'm saying.
Alright, speed checked. We're above slot speed, flaps and slats retracting. And we're on that 230 knot restriction until Docta, or 4,000 feet. Whichever comes first. And transition altitude is 11,000 feet here, so bear that in mind. Looks like we're going to hit the 4,000 feet first. 4,000 feet, we can go over to managed.
Singapore air traffic, subject 464 is 02 to the left.
Prime, practice. Plus I have flown in real life, so it's just repetition, a lot of practice, and just knowing the sensitivity of my rudder pedals and how much I've got to put in. I do got to get new ones. These are not the greatest that I have. I'm probably going to get a set like Nick's got, the Thrustmaster pendulum ones, but yeah, just practice. I'm horrible about center lining my landings, but I can kind of keep the rolls straight for the most part. Alright, so we're coming up for 8,000 feet, so we'll turn off lights can come off, and the taxi light can come off.
Shanghai traffic Beatrice 102, is taxiing to Holy Point Whiskey and Niner, for remit to left, taxiing via Papa 7 Quebec and Whiskey Papa. Checking.
It's 10,000 feet, and we're going to clear ourselves up to our cruise altitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through
370.
10,000 feet. So now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory.
Landing lights are off. We'll turn on the
You will be required to pay
dome.
a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you will be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
And we're through 11,000 feet, so over to standard pressure. We're accelerating up. And we are looking good. Leaving the little coastal islands here of Malaysia. A little bit of cloud by the looks of it. You can see this light strobing on it. We should be through that shortly. As we continue our climb up. And again, not a lot to see outside on these night flights. So we're gonna stick in the cockpit here. No, I'm not an airline pilot. I used to fly for small airplanes for fun for a number of years. The thing to remember about these aircraft is everyone's different, and not all of them model ground handling as well as others. So there are some that do it very well, such as this one, Airplane Heavens TC3, the A310, PMPG aircraft are all very good at ground handling. Others not so much, and you get some that pull you off the center line very easily, which is not realistic. It just depends on which aircraft you're flying. The big thing is to remember small adjustments, and don't let it fix the mistake or the drift immediately. Try not to let it get too severe, or else it just becomes harder to correct. All right. So we're on our way to Toman now. And that takes us off of the departure and puts us en route. We'll be doing very well as we cruise up towards Brunei. What I will do is bring up the map. So you can see where we are. I'm going to throw on the in-flight entertainment. Beverage cart, of course, is always available along with the galley. And we'll be back for the descent. I will be in the chat. Enjoy the flight. I'll be back shortly.
Off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you reach the case of unexpected turbulence.
Listen to me while I say, summer's gone, plenty more, or winter's knocking at your door. Better go and store your food away.
Thanks, Mr. Jackie, for your advice. We'll hurry home to our wives.
We'll have our cupboard filled with supplies when old man winter arrives.
I don't have to worry. I don't have to care. My coat is very furry. I'm Grizzly Bear.
If you meet Old Man Winter, you'll sing a different tune. It's time that you were safe in bed, for he will be here soon.
You'll be sorry.
Silly bear, have a care. Old Man Winter's in the air. You'll be sorry if he catches you.
I don't have to worry. I don't have to care. My coat is very furry. I'm Grizzly Grizzly Bear. I don't have to worry. I don't have to care. My coat is very furry. I'm Grizzly Grizzly Bear.
Oh, you would run away from home.
but you're a friendly grizzly bear.
Dear Mr. Fox, I'm sorry. Oh, help me out, please do. Take me home to my nice warm bed. I'm freezing through and
go outside and see what everything's popped up. All right, Brad.
Stay where you are and keep your trap shut.
So, Whitey, I thought you had 10 more years to serve.
Yeah. But I was so anxious to get square with you that I busted out. I could have knocked you off when I first come in, but I had to face the judge when he handed me my rap. I want you to do the same.
You're crazy.
Maybe stir crazy. If I am, I got you to blame for it. I've been laying up there in a tent while the Black Raven's been doing pretty good for himself. We were partners when the dough was rolled in. But when the law cracks down, you don't know me from a yellow dog.
All of a sudden, you got too smart to take orders. When I saw what was coming, I protected myself. Why should I get into jam? Because you were a fool.
That's your story. The way it looks from where I stand. You double-crossed me so you could grab the works.
You could be wrong about that.
Yeah. And I could be right. You weren't satisfied with a 50% cut. So now I'm going to give you a 100% pay.
Andy, come here, quick. All right, go easy, man. Don't break his neck.
I'm going to make sure I had him.
No doubt about that.
He don't know his own strength.
We'll take him to my room. Bring him along. Put him in that chair.
What's the matter? Didn't he like the service?
He's suffering from rapid delusions aggravated by a moronic mentality.
Is that bad?
Might prove fatal.
I hope it ain't catching. Let up on me, Raven. I won't bother you no more.
I'm quite sure you won't bother me anymore.
What are you gonna do with me?
You've still got another 10 years to serve. That'll keep you busy for a while.
Don't turn me in. I'll promise to leave the country and never come back.
I'd be a fool to take a chance on trusting you when I don't have to.
I'm told you can slip a hot guy across the Canadian border.
I don't think I know you.
I'm Mike Bardoni. You're the Black Raven. Have that button from my car away.
Andy? I'd like to dry on sometime.
Maybe you'd like to see today's paper.
Register, please.
I don't think so. I'm in a hurry to get across the border.
Liable to rain all night. May as well be comfortable.
Well, maybe I'd better.
Mike Bardoni in the big shot. In solid with the state organization. Thinking the underground account. What's the answer?
My racket's paying off big, so Tim Winfield decides to take over and make me an office boy. I don't play that way. He tosses me to the coppers. I'll come back when the heat's off and settle with him.
Tim Winfield, huh? He's a bad man to fool with. Others have learned the hard way.
All right, so it won't be easy. You think I got what I did by being a cream puff?
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we only accept credit cards.
Listen, buddy, the bridge is washed out. You'll have to turn back.
Oh, dear, are you sure I can't get through?
I just said the bridge was washed out. I'm sorry.
But just a minute, mister. Are you sure it's impossible to cross?
Listen, buddy, if it was possible to cross, you don't think I would be standing here?
Oh, no, of course not, mister. But how am I going to get over?
You are not.
But is there no other way? This is a matter of life and death.
Whose? Yours or mine?
Oh, please, now you're joking. There must be other roads.
Sure there is, but they're all washed out.
Well, have you any idea how long it'll be before the bridge will be fixed?
That just depends upon how long this storm is going to last. But if you must wait a while, there is a little shack down the road belonging to the highway police.
Oh, no, if I have to wait, I'd much rather take a room for the night, or until the storm subsides.
Well, then turn back about a mile to a place called the Black Raven. They might be able to put you up.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome. The bridge has been washed out. You'll have to turn back.
Do you have any idea how long it'll be before we can get through?
I'm afraid it won't be for some time.
Is there any other way across the border?
No, sir. All the other bridges have been washed out, too.
Do you know of any place around here that we can stay until the storm blows over?
Yeah, a mile back down the road is a place called the Black Raven. I'm sure you can get accommodations there for the night.
Black Raven?
The Black Raven.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What are we going to do?
I don't know, darling. But we're not going to give up, even if your father's political influence did keep us from getting a marriage license in this state.
I wish we had tried to elope.
Why, dear?
Father's a vindictive man, and I'm afraid he'll make trouble for you.
He has no political influence in Canada.
We're not in Canada yet.
No, but we will be. We'll manage somehow in the morning.
I hope so, before Father catches up with us.
Well, we'd better get out of here before this storm gets any worse.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yeah? What for?
I just beg your pardon, that's all.
Don't bother me, screwball.
Are you the proprietor?
No. He's out in the kitchen scaring up something to eat.
Good evening. Do you want a room?
Yes, the highway bridge was washed out.
So I heard. Let me take these.
Oh, never mind. I'll carry these.
All right. This way, please. Register, please. Going to Canada?
Yes, I thought I'd spend my vacation up there.
Excuse me. watch what you do. Sorry, pal. I hope I didn't break your bottle of cologne.
I'll show you up your room. Oh, Andy, there's another car outside wants putting away.
Another one?
This keeps up, I'll never get dry. Will it only have the key to your car?
Oh, yes, of course.
Come with me. Nasty weather for traveling.
I'd consider that an understatement. The bridge is washed out, you know.
I know. Your register, please.
Yes, thanks.
Miss Winfield. Any relation to Tim Winfield?
He's my father. Do you know him?
Known him by reputation. He's a very prominent man.
You see, we lack his blessing. That's why we're planning on being married across the border.
I can well understand that. I may as well take you all up at the same time.
Fine.
Well, would you follow me just a moment? You're ready. I'll have Andy take you on your way.
Oh, there's no hurry. I'll stick around for a while. I like it here.
Suit yourself. I'm sorry. This way, please. I'll be with you in a minute, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
I hope you'll find this room comfortable, Miss Winfield.
It's very nice, thank you.
I can give you a room across the hall, Mr. Bentley.
Well, that'll be fine, thank you. We'll be with you in just a minute.
I'm terribly afraid.
Now, everything is going to be all right, darling. We'll cross the border and be married in spite of Mr. Winfield and all his sentiments. Remember, don't worry.
Thanks for following me up here, Tim.
I didn't follow you. What you do means nothing to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if you changed your mind about that. I don't like to be kicked around.
You outgrow your hat, Mike. There's no one the organization can't get along without.
Glad to hear that, because they may have to get along without you.
Seldom I had such a distinguished guest as Mr. Winfield.
You know me?
I've had business with you, indirectly. Seems to have gotten wet.
Yeah, my car went into the ditch. Had to walk half a mile or so.
Oh, that's too bad. Put on this robe of mine, why don't you, while your coat dries.
Thanks. It may help me from catching cold. What business did you have with me indirectly?
I don't think you'd be interested in talking about that now. Excuse me while I get a jacket for myself.
Car out front, Mr. Oh, pardon me, I thought you were Mr. Bradford.
Andy, come here.
Mr. Bradford, there's another car out front.
Never mind about that. That prisoner escaped. You've got to search the house from top to bottom. You've got to find him.
Who searched for who? He may be dangerous.
He is very dangerous. That's why you must find him right away.
That don't make me anxious to find him.
Where's Bentley? I've been trying to catch up with him. I don't give information about my guests.
You know who I am. You better cooperate with me if you hope to stay in business. I warned you to stay away from my daughter. You brought her here.
That's right. As soon as we reach Canada, we're going to be married.
You'll never get to Canada.
Okay, Mr. Watkins. Lee and I love each other. Not even you can stop us. I could kill you for that.
A lot of people have felt that same way about me. But I'm still very much alive.
I hope for Lee's sake that you and I might someday be reconciled. But I won't take that, not even from her father.
You'll take more than that. I haven't even started on you. Lee isn't quite 21. And I'm going to have you prosecuted for kidnapping. I'll make sure you get the limit.
Andy, don't stand around there. Do what I told you.
Connect me with the headquarters of the state police. That's what I said, the state police.
What's going to happen? Why is Father calling the police?
Call out the Marines if he could to keep us from getting married.
Operator. Operator, are you asleep? This woman's dead. All right, a minute ago.
Probably noticed there's a bad storm going on. Anything could happen.
Once more, I forbid you to marry this fellow, and I expect to be obeyed.
You've no right to allow a stubborn prejudice to interfere with my happiness.
I'll be the judge of that. We'll go to your room, and you'll stay there till I can take you home. You were a fool to think you could put anything over on me.
Keep your chin up. Police can't always be against you.
Thanks. Things look pretty black right now.
You dislike Alan because he had the courage to oppose you in politics.
I dislike him. That's enough.
Why should you care who I marry? You've never shown much affection for me, and you can hardly expect me to show much love for a father I can't even respect.
What do you mean by that?
Don't you suppose I can understand the dirty politics that's kept you in power? Do you think I'm such a fool as not to know where you get your money?
And I can also thank Bentley for turning you against your own father.
He had nothing to do with it. I knew about you before I met you.
Well, you better start to forget him, because you'll not see him anymore.
Help! Someone tried to break into my room.
Man or a woman?
A man, I suppose. Why would a woman want to break into my room?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
This is no joking matter. My life may be in danger.
All right, all right. I'll go look under the bed for you.
Thanks.
Everything's all right here.
Someone tried to open that door.
That door's locked. Must have rattled in the wind.
I don't think so. It sounded exactly as if someone was trying to pick the lock.
Just your imagination. You look very familiar to me. Where have I seen you before?
I'm sure we've never met before. I suppose I remind you of someone else.
I never forget a face. Something about you is impressed in my memory. Maybe it's the decorations. I got it. You're Horace Weatherby, the missing bank cashier. I've seen your picture in the papers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How much did you get away with?
I didn't get away with anything. I'm on my vacation, and I have a right to go where I like and do what I please.
How much did you get away with? I could find out for myself by opening that satchel.
No, wait a minute. I'll tell you. $50,000.
It's far from being peanuts. You better turn that money over to me.
No, I won't. This is my last and only chance to live, and I won't give it up. All my life, I've been nothing but an animated dadding machine. I wasn't supposed to have any feelings or emotions. They just wound me up once a week with that little salary check that was supposed to make me tick until the next Saturday. Traveling back and forth from work in that crowded subway with its smell of sweat and garlic. All I could think of was fresh air and the out of doors. I never planned to embezzle any money, but the chance just came one day, and I took it.
That money goes back where it belongs.
I can't give it back now that I've gone this far.
I've no desire to see you sent to prison. If I take that money back, you're free to do what you like. It's that or stand trial for embezzlement.
They coming from behind. Who? A whole bunch of them.
Take your foot out of that clothesline and you won't be attacked anymore.
Oh. Well, it could have been a fellow that tried to kill you. How would I know?
You go up the next stairs. I'm going to look around here for a while and I'll meet you on the second floor. be a good idea if you were to keep out of sight for a while.
I'm not running away.
I found the dead. I believe your step. You there?
Dead. Something must have been terrific though on the head. You give me a funny feeling when I seen him laying there in your room, boss. For a minute I thought it was you. Did you look around to see if anyone was hiding in the room?
No, sir. As soon as I seen that corpse, I left right now.
Let me out! Let me out of here!
Stay here.
What happened? Why is everybody so excited?
Your father met with an accident.
No, you couldn't have.
How this happened?
Evidently someone didn't like him. Oh. Nobody upstairs. One of our guests seems to be missing.
Yeah. How about that fella that's trying to register? John Smith.
Well, there's your murderer.
Might be. Don't see if any of the cars are missing. Make sure that none leave.
Yes.
Come on in and shut the door.
Where's that money?
Is that the $64 question?
Quit stalling. That little shrimp had 50 grand in his satchel, and Winfield took it away from him.
And then what?
Well, somebody's got that money now. And it could be you.
So you killed Winfield?
We won't worry about who killed Winfield. Where's that dough?
Thank you for telling me that.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe that young fella got himself a wedding present the hard way.
Anything's possible, but I don't believe that's the answer.
But where's that money now? It isn't a pigeon that can fly home by itself.
I don't wonder they wouldn't keep that cellar door locked before somebody breaks their neck.
come down myself.
You probably heard of Mouse.
I didn't hear nothing. I seen a shed.
And you've sent us down there.
Yeah, but they stay put. They don't move around.
In your imagination, you could see the Statue of Liberty do a conga. Hi, hello, Sheriff. What brings you out on a night like this?
Phone operator said someone from here was trying to call the state police, and the phone went dead.
That's right, but he won't need them now.
Oh, why not?
Because he's like the phone. Dead.
Yeah. Died kind of sudden, didn't he?
I think he was murdered.
Murdered? You act like that's nothing to get excited about? Where's the body?
I'd have to go upstairs.
All right, lead the way. Don't any of you leave this room.
There he is. Who is it? Tim Winfield.
Tim Winfield? He's one of the big men in the state. Got to land someone for this murder.
That ought to be easy for a man of your ability.
Don't you worry about my ability. What do you know about this murder?
No more than you do at the moment.
I'll decide about that later. Who found the body?
Andy. He was looking for an escaped convict.
So you think you could explain this murder by pulling an imaginary convict out of a hat? Oh, I thought you could do better than that. Let's go downstairs. I want to talk to Andy before I do any more investigating. Did you find the body, Andy?
Uh-huh.
Sure he was dead when you found him?
Well, he didn't say whether he was or not. And I didn't stop to ask no questions. Hey, you ain't thinking maybe I done it.
Never mind what I'm thinking. You answer my question.
I didn't have no reason to kill nobody. But he did. To keep himself from being arrested for kidnapping. They had a fight right here in this here room. And I heard him say he could kill the other fella.
Oh, you had a fight with the court, huh?
My father objected to Alan and I being married. That was all.
Let him answer my question. And I'm warning you, whatever you say can be used against you. Where were you when the murder was committed?
Right here in this room.
Who was with you?
No one. I was alone.
Well, that's not much of an alibi. The corpse was trying to call the state police to have you arrested for kidnapping. Well, you can't beat that for a motive. I guess we can call this crime solved without much trouble.
You're more stupid than usual, Sheriff. That boy isn't a murderer.
Maybe you're mixed up in this, too. I've had my suspicion about your business here at the tavern for a long while.
Yes, I noticed that. It's been very amusing.
Yeah, well, maybe it won't be so funny one of these days. You come with me while I finish looking around upstairs. You better stay here.
No, I'm going with you.
Don't stand there and argue. Come on.
It's too bad you weren't born without a tongue instead of without a brain.
Well, I didn't want him to think I done it.
All right, he doesn't think you've done it, so get out.
Yes.
You're not planning on having John Law get me out of your way, are you?
You're not in my way. I'm not going to have that boy take a rap for a murder he didn't commit.
Oh, the Raven's turned soft all of a sudden. He just wants to get the kid out of the jam. He's not a bit interested in the 50 grand.
Believe it or not, that's the way it is.
I don't believe it. That dough's around here someplace and nobody elbows me out of the way.
car? What's the idea of pushing me down the stairs? I really didn't push you. Maybe it was an accident.
What do you want anyhow?
You have the keys to my car. Will you give them to me, please?
No. Mr. Bradford says no one's to leave here.
But the sheriff has the murderer. There's no longer any need for the rest of us to remain.
Mr. Bradford says no one leaves, and no one leaves till he tells me different.
But I'm afraid to stay here. I know there's going to be more violence, and my nerves can't stand that sort of thing.
Ain't no use arguing. If I can stand it, you can. Come on, get out.
What did you hit him with? You better confess. It'll save me the trouble of looking for the murder weapon. It'll be easier on you.
I've nothing to confess.
He couldn't do a thing like that, Sheriff. You must believe him.
Lady, you've got to cooperate with the law or keep quiet.
If you would allow anyone to cooperate, you might not make such a fool of yourself.
If I want your advice, I'll ask you.
You're going to have my advice whether you want it or not. You're trying to pin a murder on the wrong man.
You said that sure he's innocent. Maybe you're guilty.
Maybe I am. You don't know that, huh?
Are you confessing to the murder?
Certainly not. I'm merely trying to point out that you don't know who's guilty.
You're just trying to confuse me, that's all. He's guilty. I'll have no trouble to convict him.
Get in there. You know better than I am.
No, you stand. Where did Winfield go when he took that money away from you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Quit stalling. I heard the whole thing. Maybe Winfield hid that money someplace. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Hey, did you kill Winfield?
Don't say a thing like that again. Somebody might think you meant it.
Now, why don't you confess and take life instead of the chair?
I tell you, I've nothing to confess.
Oh, now, you're just being foolish, that's all. You can't beat this case. Tim Winfield's got a lot of important friends, and they'll make it their business to see that you're convicted.
Run out, run!
Turn me!
You done that on purpose.
I'm terribly sorry. I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Come here. Down.
Sorry he made that break. It makes it look worse for him.
His only chance. That crooked political bunch would be only too glad to railroad him, to get him out of the way.
Yes, that's true enough. We've got to find the murderer. You wait in your room till I see what can be done.
take another break?
It must have been the thunder.
It wasn't thunder. I was standing by the window and I saw the gun flash. I'm afraid Alan's been hurt.
Don't you be frightened. He had plenty of time to get away.
Might have tried to come back on my account.
Don't worry about something that probably never happened.
Why did that copper come downstairs and go on about his business?
I really don't know.
Maybe the Raven is cooking up something with him to put the skids under me. Mugs bother me. Maybe one of you knows where that money is. Anyway, I'm not giving you a chance to scram with that dough while my back's turned.
But I assure you...
Never mind about that. I'll see that you stay put. Come on, start moving. Get down those stairs.
I don't like it down there.
Neither do I.
Who asked you what you like? Get down there. I guess that'll hold you.
Down here. I've seen his shadow creep along the wall.
What are we going to do?
We have to fight for our lives.
Where's that copper?
Outside catching cold, I hope.
Maybe the gal here knows something. She could have been slipped the satchel.
What's he talking about?
He has an idea that someone has a satchel full of money.
Now, you're not kidding anyone. There's 50 grand around here someplace.
There's also a murder to be cleared up.
If you don't stop talking about that, there's apt to be another one.
Now you're quite satisfied. No money's here. Perhaps you'll untie us.
It's around here someplace. You're going to stay right where you are until I find it. I've got the place to myself now. I can give it a real going over.
Afraid I'd overlooked this possibility.
I don't believe there's anybody else down here. Can't tell for sure. Well, it's all your fault. You've given me the keys to my car. I wouldn't be in this predicament. You've got to get me out. I'm going to find something to break down the door. Now let's go. I'm not going to stay locked up here down here with a murder. Shut up or I'll bust you off. But I got to get away from here or I'll go crazy. Look, you're better off down here. You would be a better. Here. There's someone hiding over there. Find out who that is. Half of the hands up or I'll shoot. So you thought you could escape the gallows, eh? I'll make sure you don't try that again. Go on, get upstairs.
Have you free in a minute?
Where'd that shot come from? Did you fire that shot?
I did not.
Alan, are you hurt?
No, darling. I wouldn't have been caught if it hadn't been for those two nitwits. Andy, you go on about your work.
Mr. Bradford, it wasn't my fault. I was locked down in the basement. I couldn't...
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Have you lost your mind again?
Dead man.
Dead. That bullet was meant for me. Well, there's another murder for you. Go ahead and solve it. Maybe you can pull something out of the hat. I give up. The sheriff can handle this to suit himself.
It stopped raining. I can leave. Will you give me the keys to my car?
You can have them as far as I'm concerned.
I'll be happy to see the last of this place.
You'd better see the sheriff before you leave.
Yes, I will. You heard him. Give me my keys.
Now look here, Sheriff. Maybe you didn't commit the second murder, but I've sure got you for the first.
But, Sheriff, you're making a terrible mistake.
We'll see about that.
Just a minute, Mr. Weatherby. You killed Tim Winfield.
No, that's not true. I didn't kill anyone.
You're going to run away and let young Bentley suffer for your crime.
If that's another murder, I'm going screw it. Move over, Sheriff. Who fired those shots? What goes on here?
Here's the man who killed Winfield, Sheriff.
Him? Why, I wouldn't suspect him of having the nerve to kill a rabbit.
Now, just a minute, Sheriff. Let me explain.
Shut up. What makes you think he killed Winfield?
The evidence was clear enough. Though it did take a little intelligence to unravel it. Also, he has the money. The other murderer is there. He was an escaped convict. Whitey Cole. He was after me.
Why did you kill Winfield?
I didn't mean to kill him. But when he took the money away from me, it was just as if he'd torn my heart out. You see, I'd gambled everything on that last chance to live, and without the money, it was useless. As I sat there thinking about that, I got desperate. I picked up the footstool and followed him into a room where he'd gone to hide the money. I hit him as hard as I could. I wanted to hurt him, but I didn't think it'd kill him. And then I threw the satchel out the window, planning on picking it up when I could.
Mr. Bradford, you're hurt.
I guess Whitey has paid off. In full.
Thanks, Mr. Bradford.
I hope you'll both be very happy.
Alright, we're back on the flight deck. Just trying to see if there's going to be an update to the weather. Nothing yet, so we'll go with what we had there. Let's pop down to here. So QNH of 1009. We have a temperature of 25 degrees. Winds are 180 at 3. 11,000 foot transition level. We have a ILS Class C aircraft of 289 for the Barrow and full configuration for landing. Alright, so that is all entered in. See, we're about 40 miles from top of descent. Just kind of make out the coastline going up here, and Brunei, I believe, is up over there. Yep, so we're going to fly down, fly overhead the field at 3,000 feet, extend out, loop around, and then come back for the landing. So it's going to be Oki, then myself, Nick, and then Kevin. See, it's coming in now. So Brunei is located on the island of Indonesia. I can't remember if the Sultan of Brunei is still the world's richest man or not. We're doing good. We're about 20 miles out from top of descent. We're going to go down to the altitude over the VOR, which is 3,500 feet. What did I think I typed 3,000 in here. Just come over here. Yeah, that should actually have a constraint of 3,500. There we go. Much better. Now we're about 20 miles to go. So 3,500 feet is what we will enter in. There we go. I think we're now about 107 miles out from the VOR. Oh, they're coming in as well. Are they? No, they're going to Miri. Hey, that's your GAE guys, Kevin. From, remember when we flew into Singapore last time? It's that German group. And yeah, it's the same guys, because they're flying up from the airport we saw them fly into last time. That's pretty cool. So we're all flying around the same area of the world right now. Alright, we're still on 122.8. Oki should be heading well on his way down now. Who knows? They might be. Different airports. Alright. Bandar Seri Begawan traffic. Skyways 5556. Leaving flight level 370. Inbound for the ILS DME runway 21 Brunei. Down we go.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
That faint hint of pink on the horizon, false dawn. That's true. I wonder where they're heading from here. I mean, we're heading off to the Philippines from here. Wonder where they're off to. Yeah, you're still in cruise. Go ahead. They flew down to WIII last time, and that's where they departed from this time. Alright, that's us through 30,000 feet. We'll throw the seatbelts on in the back. Again, giving the cabin crew a chance to get ready for landing.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Missed approach procedure, climb straight ahead to 3500 and then right turn back to the BRU VOR, which is at the field. That is fine, or it's not at the field actually, it's southwest of the field. That's all good. Alright, there's 25,000 feet coming up. Starting to see some of the population. The airport that the other guys are flying to is just down here on the coast. We believe this is Kuala Belait, and Brunei is up over here where we're heading into. We're going to go into manage speed. We'll bring her down to 280. Looks like our spacing is good. Turn on the train radar, bring that down to 40 now. It's 20,000 feet. Kill the dome. Going to switch over to local pressure. We're descending straight through 11,000. Alright, so arrival and weather data is obtained and set. MCDU approach page is set. Radios are set. Wing engine anti-ice not required. FCP is set. Altimeter is set. Approach is brief. Misapproach is brief. Auto brakes will go to low. Altimeter is set. Feet. 18 degrees out. I'm aware the speed brake is out. Start rolling our speed back to 245, and we're going to bring our descent down to 2,000 feet. We're aiming for 245 by the time we hit 10,000. There we go. 10,000 feet, 245, so lights on. That one can stay off. Landing system's coming on. And we will ding the cabin. They're doing the routing on a whim. Next stop RPP. That's where we're headed. Thanks for the heads up, Okie. Yeah, we're. Let me just confirm that. We're off to Manila as well.
Your destination.
And our next stop after that is Kai Tech.
One final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
We're heading down to 3,000 feet. There's that low cloud Oki warned us about. VI is correct. 10970. We are 20 miles out. Approach phase is active. He has passed over the airport and is going out for his teardrop. It's the clouds. It did say there was scattered clouds at 2,000 feet, few at 5. We seem to be running at somewhere around 8,000, broken at 14, so running into some clouds. There we are. Kind of through them now. VORs ahead. The airport is probably up over there. On our road. 5 miles away, we will go into manage mode and slow to our clean speed of 200 knots. Below 230, we can start extending the flaps and slats. Three miles from the VOR. Starting to slow. Brunei area traffic, Skyways 5556 over the Bravo Romeo uniform VOR, 4,100 feet for the ILS DME runway 21 Brunei. Some more cloud. Speed brake is armed, auto brakes low. There's the runway. We're going to come back for it. There's Oki heading out to the turn point. Looks like Oki's on his way back in. He should be descending, and we're going to come in opposite way over top of him. See, it's taken my teardrop out. There's Oki. It's about 1,000 below us. Very interesting approach here. We're heading down to 2,000 feet. Right.
2,500.
Slats. Speed coming back down to 181. 400 to go. There's the teardrop. Kevin, you might want to create a little bit of space between you and Nick. Snuck up a little bit close to him. All right. About to begin our teardrop turn. Cab in the final ding. No, that's true. We're 12 miles out.
Brunei traffic 1624, located runway 21.
That's correct. And we're into the teardrop. Should be a left-hand turn. Should have been a left-hand turn at D14 and then gone around, but that's fine. D14 from BRU. We're kind of doing the teardrop, but on the other side. Alright, we're on the approach. So nav frequency and course is checked. Flaps as required. Speed brake is armed. Approach mode. Once we come out of the turn, we will activate approach mode. Glide slope is active or indicating. Localizer is indicating. There's the turn over the bay. Yeah, I was noticing that too. I was flying straight out from the airport and it seemed to be offset. We'll see where it ends up. There's the airport. Over there, we're going to come out here to intercept and then turn in. Next should be approaching from the other side. So there is the rollout. Approach mode is armed. Localizer, glide slope, both armed. There is Nick coming in over the field. We're at 2,000 feet. You can see he's following the line outbound. Should have Kevin's back here, a little bit further back. We'll see how offset we are when we come in. Still doing 180. Glide slope is alive. There's the airport ahead. Flaps 2, localizers alive. Glide slope capture,
Brunei
localizer
area
capture.
traffic, subject
Gear
464,
down.
entering clear drop.
.160, flaps 3. Gear down 3 green. And we seem slightly to the right. We'll correct manually.
Brunei traffic B21, Tango Heavy is slowing to approach speed of 135 knots to the bridge.
It's 4 miles. Brunei area traffic, Skyways 5556, established ILS 21, 4 miles. Full flaps. We're going to disconnect the autopilot and realign, since yes, it is offset. I'm
1,000.
not seeing anything on the charts about it being offset, but I may have missed something. There we go, that's better. Let's get her lined up a little bit nicer. So we can't go by the localizer for this, it's going to be visual. We are high. Get her back on the slope. There we go.
500.
Don't remember if it was offset like this last time we were here.
100 above.
See, it's off by almost a full dot, or just over a full dot.
Minimum.
Landing.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Welcome to Brunei. Might have helped if I was straight, my view. Knots, reversers off, auto brakes off. We're going to exit down here at Echo 4 and we'll backtrack. Taxi back on whatever that runway is, North Parallel, I think they call it.
Traffic B21 and Tango Heavy is entering the T-stop early and exiting the
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 6:04 a.m. and it's currently about 25 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain
Brunei area
seated until
traffic,
the air
Skyways
traffic control company stop
5556,
and the
clear
signal
runway
sign is
21.
turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as
Alright.
items may have been
Flaps
shifted
up,
during the flight.
speed brake
We thank you
disarmed.
for flying with us, and we
Get
hope
around
to
the
see you
corner
again
here.
soon.
There's Nick. Kill the landing lights, strobe lights, and turn off lights. Train radar. And weather radar are off. TCAS is now off as well. This is the freight apron. Freight processing building there. And up ahead on the right is the passenger terminal. We're going to turn in here. It's a little abrupt, but I'm going to park here beside Oki. I think this is S3. Maybe S2, I don't know. Go. Nick just went by. A little shy. There we go. Welcome to Brunei. So let's get the lights on. So flap strobe ground spoilers are retracted, transponder is off, strobes are off. Landing lights are off, nose lights to taxi, that's fine, it's now off. APU not required. Anti-ice not required. Auto brakes
Brunei over traffic,
are off.
subject 464 vacated.
Nose lights are off. Parking brakes are off. We'll get the GPU and the chocks and the jetway. Oh, no jetway. Alright. We are on ground power. So the engines are now off. See if it'll do it now. No. Alright, they're gonna have to stare it. Fuel pumps are off. Beacon is off. That light can stay on. Seatbelts are off. And flight directors are off. There's Nick coming in. And Kevin should be landing any second now. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. Next week we head from here over to Manila in the Philippines. Should be a very good flight there as well. Oh, that's going to do it for today. Please join us Wednesday. We're back in England and we're starting leg one of our tour of England. Newcastle down to Shoreham, DC3s. Should be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.